Welcome back to Let's Review, where we review the latest and greatest in entertainment and other mediums. Today we're going to be discussing a video game that I had recently completed. So the overall plan for the review I'm going to be completing is that I'll be discussing the overview of the game, the story at hand, the gameplay mechanics, the themes that matter if there are any and if they are necessary to the game that I'd like to discuss in regards to deeper themes and meanings, and lastly, the overall wrap up and conclusion of how I felt about the game. Now, let's review. So let's begin with the overview of the game. Shadow of the Colossus is an action-adventure game developed by SCE Japan Studio and Team Ico, and published by Sony Computer Entertainment. It was directed by Fumito Ueda. The game's storyline focuses on a young man named Wander who enters a forbidden land. Wander must travel across a vast expanse on horseback and defeat 16 massive beings known simply as colossi in order to restore the life of a girl named Mono. Moving on to the review of the game, this is the section where I discuss the specifics of the game, meaning what I liked about it, its gameplay mechanics, the story, things of that nature. Yeah. The game had an intriguing story that took its time. The action was clever and always kept me guessing. The graphics were a thing of beauty, and the gameplay was easy to learn and never stalled. Overall, the game was a masterclass, and one that I can't wait to play again in the future. Moving on to the gameplay mechanics, this is the section where I discuss the inner workings of how the game worked and how I felt about the controls and schematics of the actual gameplay. The gameplay is smart in the way that it made you think about how to go about approaching the battles against your foes in the game, while also cleverly delivering the execution of competing in battle against the beautifully gorgeous creatures known as the colossi. I loved experiencing the environment, and I loved fighting and battling these great beasts. The game knew how to make it difficult, but never boring, and every time you faced a new thing or creature, even though... So moving on to the wrap-up before we go. Overall, I believe that the game was fun. It really put a smile on my face. It made me think, it made me feel, it made me emote, even though, yes, there's not a lot of dialogue, and yes, there's not so much to do in terms of going to visit towns or anything like that. There's no open world to it or anything. I mean, there is an open world aspect, but not in the way that you think. And it's a game where you kind of just get it done and get out the way, and you wait for the result of what's going to happen. And let me say that result is prosperous, and I think that they executed flawlessly here. And I can definitely understand why people consider this game a classic. And although this was my first time playing it, I've tracked this game for a while, and I remember the first time I had watched a walkthrough for it, I was just astounded by how beautiful the game looked, and the experience of being able to go up against these big creatures to me was just amazing. It was like getting to fight Godzilla every single time, or getting to fight King Kong, like large beasts such as that, but not just beasts. So that has been our review. If you like what you saw, please like, comment, subscribe, and let me know what you thought of the medium that we discussed down below in the comments. I'd love to hear them, and I will do my best to respond to all that do comment. And thank you so much for watching. And also check out my other content, one of them being my gaming channel under PraiseK3000 just regularly, and also subscribe to this channel if you like what you saw. Thank you. Bye.